Hello everybody, Washbucket here, and I am coming at you with a Team Fortress 2 commentary video. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. I really don't have a reason as to why, but, I mean, I'm making one, so that should be good enough, right? So, the topic of this video is Team Fortress 2's weapon balance, and what I think of it. First thing, is that Team Fortress 2 balance has been a bit weird. With the balance that we've gotten, it's been a bit odd. An item that comes to mind whenever I talk about Team Fortress 2 balance is the Babyface's Blaster. It's become kind of infamous in the Team Fortress 2 community. At first, it was really good, really useful, and now, ever since they changed it, it's been absolutely unbearable to use. So the Babyfaces is that you have this boost meter, and the way that you fill it up is that you do damage. So then you can go really fast. Well, the main problem was that at max boost, Scout could actually outrun his hitbox, which, of course, is a huge problem. So, Valve, instead of trying to fix the issue with the hitbox, they just add on this new thing where if you get hit, you lose boost, which now just makes it horrible, because this is a first-person shooter. You are going to get hit. Now, I understand that, well, I mean, you're Scout and you're going way faster than you normally should, so you shouldn't be getting hit, because you're still outrunning your hitbox, aren't you? I mean, yeah. However, I don't think you should be able to run out of boost if you get hit with, like, 2 pistol shots. Like, that's just stupid. And also, remember that you still lose boost if you try and double jump. And sometimes they'll just add on something onto a weapon that's just not useful. Here is an example. Who in the world remembers that you get a damage bonus on the Widowmaker if you shoot the person that your sentry is targeting? Nobody. Nobody remembers that. I just randomly remembered that because I'm talking about Team Fortress 2 weapon balance. And who actually uses the shortstop's secondary shove mechanic? Who actually uses it, like, actually trying to use it effectively and not just memeing? Nobody! Nobody! Because why does the shortstop have a shove mechanic? Why does it have this mini air blast? It's not useful, like, at all. It doesn't even do any damage. It does 1 damage. 1 damage when you shove somebody. Another thing that I wanted to talk about are the stock weapons. But because, for some reason, people in the community want to try and change those. And in my opinion, why? Why do you want to do that? Like, sure, there's the argument that nobody uses some of the stock weapons, you know, like the bone saw, heavy fist, the fire axe, but they're the default weapons. That's why they're the default, because whenever you get an unlockable for that slot, you're like, oh, I can use this now, and not the default. This is a new gun that I've unlocked and I can use now. They're supposed to be the base weapon. They're not supposed to be fancy at all. Like, it's just a coincidence that the stock weapons became, like, the most balanced and, like, effective ones. At least I think it's a coincidence. Who knows? Maybe that was the plan all along. We don't know. And now we're here. We're here to my most controversial opinion. At least I think it's the most controversial. And also, one of the biggest things that I've wanted to say in this video. I think that Team Fortress 2, trying to balance for a more competitive scene, was the worst decision that Valve has made for the game. This game was not made for a competitive scene. It was made to be a casual first-person shooter experience. Now that doesn't mean that you can't play it competitively. I mean, just look at Super Smash Bros. That game was originally made to be a more casual experience. It's more of a party game, but it is, right now, the biggest fighting game scene that we have currently. It's just that Team Fortress 2, it is supposed to be wacky and casual. And whenever you try and balance that, whenever you try and balance all the weapons, all the classes, all the mechanics around a more competitive version of the game, it kinda waters down what the original vision of Team Fortress 2 was. And that usually, most of the time, ends up with a weapon being either changed, but it not balancing it, or changed, and it just makes the weapon downright abysmal. Now, there are certain weapons that do need to be changed, like, for example, to of the medic's items, the Crusader's crossbow, and the Uber saw. But I don't think that they should nerf those two to make the other ones a better option. I think they should buff the other options so that it can compete with the item that dominates that slot. Now, how they should change those items, I have no idea. Although I will note something about the Slogger. The downside of that item, the only 1 health regen per second, was kind of nerfed, kind of buffed. They changed items that regen health over time to have kind of a ramp up where at first it only heals 1 health per second and then it ramps up to the maximum, how much ever that is. However, they also wanted to make it so that any upsides or downsides of an item would only happen if the item is visible. That's not the situation for the Slogger, because the downside of only having 1 health regen per second happens no matter what. I also just remember this. Whenever I mean stat change, I mean changes the player's health. Like the Cozy Camper and the Conch and the Battalion's Backup, all of those. The A wanted those to be visible at all time, so then if the enemy looks at someone, the A can see that they have that item, so they know, oh, they're going to be able to regain health, or they have more health than they normally would. Well, I think I have said everything that I wanted to say about the matter. So, tell me what your thoughts on the weapon balance in Team Fortress 2 is, and also tell me how you like the video. I really need the feedback for these, so I know that people like them. So, yeah. I hope that you all enjoy yourselves, and have a nice day. See you later.